On the scramble, Enda does the blue V. He sees that he can solve a bar in 2 moves and gives him a 3-move V into this easy L4E case. Alright, so on this solve, your solution was fine. However, your turning was not. The amount of time it took you to do your V was really long. You need to start working on finger tricks like that and like that. I'll make a video on that soon, but you really want to try to keep your V solutions finger trick friendly, which in this case you can do it like that. But other solutions you could try is, if you're one looking, you could see that you can do an alternate alg for this case, and that would actually cancel, so you can do it like this. So the solution just looks like, which is just 8 moves. On this scramble, Enda does the red V. He sees that it's 2 moves away from being solved, and so he wants to hold it in the back. He starts by solving these tips, and then he gets this L4E case. One note about your solve is, when you started your tips, you did the 3 tips at the start, but you didn't do them together. So you did it like this, and then that. I would recommend that you learn how to do all the tips at the start, and you can look at my video on tips for how to finger trick that. And then next thing, your solution was good. There really isn't anything that much better. Like, you could save 1 move if you cancel into last layer, but it doesn't really seem that much faster in my opinion. So yeah, your solution was fine on that. Just the tips were a little odd. On the scramble, Enda does the yellow V. He sees that there's 2 bars already made, so he just needs to fix this center, and then he can just solve that with 1 move. So the way he decides to do that is solves the tips, does L prime B L, and then R, and then he gets this nice L4E case. I do like the solution that you did. It was pretty nice, like finger trick wise. However, when I was looking at this, the first thing I saw was that I can do a kind of like a top first solution here. Not really though. The way I think about it is, like, I'm using a top first technique to build a V, and I saw here that with this setup where I can do that to solve a V, and I know that the way the algorithm works is it'll flip this edge, and so I want to flip this edge, and then I saw that that would actually insert this while flipping this, meaning that it's just going to solve the cube. So I just do U, L, U prime, R, L prime, U. On the scramble, Enda does the yellow V. He starts by solving the yellow red to its center, and then he moves down this center so that he can match the yellow blue up, and then he does a B move and gets this 6 mover. So your solution was pretty good. The only thing that I noticed that was a little bit better is doing red V, and that will solve L3E, because you can do this, bring this down and pair it up with this when you bring the center down, and then match that red blue with the center. So you can do L R prime to match that, U prime B prime, U prime sledge. But your solution was pretty nice. It was fairly finger tricky, so good for finding that. On the scramble, Enda does the blue V. He sees this solved block, and he sees that he can match up this edge with that, and then do L prime, B, R, B, and then he gets this L3E case. So your solution on the scramble was pretty good. I would recommend that you improve your B finger tricks a bit, because that was a little slow. And otherwise, another thing you could have done, this only saves one move, but it could be a bit faster, is learning alternate algs for L3E, which I have a video on. So in this case, you can either do that to hedge, or you can do hedge to an insert. Overall, what you need to work on is mostly your tips and your finger tricks for those, and your finger tricks for the body. Your solutions are pretty good. You can probably get a little bit more efficient, but there's really not too much you need to work on right now. So yeah, just keep practicing the finger tricks, and I'll link the videos that you should watch in the description.